Hey everybody, I'm Derek from Ritterkrieg, and I just want to give you some updates and some news, what's going on both in the world of ASL and at the world of Ritterkrieg. So I'm just going to take some notes. All right, first, Red Factories, of course, it's arrived. It's shipped out to all of our pre-orders. We're selling them, online, I think right now. For $140, which is $24 off plus free shipping. So that's probably like $35 off retail price when you include the free shipping. I have mine right here. Let's take a look at what's going on. Just turn this around, turn this down, and I have two of the maps spread out right now. These are the Red October maps. So let's see what else is in the box besides those Red October maps. Sorry, a little shaky here. I'll get those binders out of the way. All right. So these would be the Red Factory maps. Not the Red Factory maps. The Red Barricades maps. So, and these do connect right up with the Red October maps, but I don't have a big enough table, so I'm working on that. So these are the other two maps. So it comes with 4 maps total. I started punching out a couple of my counters, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, some interesting new things here. We've got motion attempt counters. So I've never seen those before. We've got first fire, main armament, secondary armament, first fire with the different machine guns, first fire inherent is for infantry, inherent and support weapon. I know Bounding Fire Production did this at one point, and they're extremely useful. So like those a lot. And then of course the rest of the counters. We're going to need a bunch of breach counters to get through those factory walls. And I don't remember where we were at. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 5 counter sheets. Notice hand-to-hand melee, because that's what happens when you're in these factories, when you're in Stalingrad. All right, then, what is that, 6, 7, not sure. And then all the rules that comes with it, pages and pages and pages. And then a ton of old and new scenarios. So not only, more counter sheets, more counter sheets, 1 and 2. All right, so not only do you get the original Red Barricades scenarios, we're also getting the Red Barricade scenarios that were found in, I guess, like generals and journals and stuff like that. So it might be all of the scenarios ever made. I'm not sure if they have that 4th campaign game that was in, I don't remember which journal that was in, but yeah, so this would be like a Red October scenario. Anyway, there is a ton of scenarios that come with this. One thing I was a little disappointed about, not that I play a lot of night, but there was no night scenario that goes with Red October. Not that I could see anyway. And then the dividers. And then 2 of these, 1 for Red Barricades, 1 for Red October. So I guess they would meet up like that or something like that, or yeah, I guess like that. So anyway, it's huge. So I'm going to be working on building a table to fit the whole thing. And then we got some really cool overlays for once the factories get gutted out. Or yeah, those are, yeah, I guess that's what it is. All right, that was a great idea. Show you different stages where after the fighting. So, all right, just tons and tons of those. All right, like I said, $140 instead of $164. Hours and hours and hours of fun, blood and death, and swearing at your dice. All right, so we're done with that. So that's, I'll put that away later. That's Red Factories. Now, I did receive, as always, some of the boxes from MMP show up slightly damaged. So this would be an example. I don't know if you can see this okay, but this corner right here is dented. So when it's dented like that, I can't sell it at full price. So I have, all the contents should be fine inside, but I have these reduced, I think, $20 off. So if you're one who doesn't really care if the box is mint and pristine, and I know a lot of you throw away your boxes, you can save another $20 off of it. So that would bring it down to like $120. So you're saving $44 and shipping included for free. So that's a hell of a steal. Okay, so that's it for Red Factories. Those are in stock if you need one. And okay, so now we'll move on to the next product. So this, I've had it for a few weeks. I've been shipping it. So this is the 6th installment in the LSSAH theme from Lone Canuck Publishing. So this is, and they were all done in chronological order, I believe. So this one takes place in Normandy. So let's see what's inside. You can tell it does come with some counters. They're all British tanks, it looks like. And then let's see what the scenarios look like. So this is a really inexpensive pack. I forget what it costs. I think it's 16 bucks. But so it has nice new artwork. And all right, so we have a bunch of Normandy scenarios involving the live standard. So 1, 2. Here's 7.5 turn, a little bit bigger. 6 tanks against 3 tanks. About 16 squads against 5 squads. And this is pretty big. Bunch of half tracks, bunch of tanks. So bunch of boards. I have not played any of these yet. I would love to. But there's one thing I love. It's bocage and killing SS or being the SS. And here we go. So they look like they're all combined arms. So there's tanks in all of them. Excellent troops in all of them. So looks like a nice pack for 16 bucks with counters. You can't go wrong. That's a steal. Shipping included again. Okay, what's next on the list? Sniper cards. So, as some of you know, I produced OBA cards. I'll show you what they look like. Let me grab one. So these were the OBA cards. These are just some of them. It was actually a much bigger pack than this. But these were the OBA cards that I had produced a number of years ago. So, they are sold out. You might be able to find some online, but so this would be a black card. This would be a red card with the access denied. Had all your information. So as soon as I had finished, I had told everybody that I was working on sniper cards next. So we're just about done with all the artwork. So it just has to go to production, and it's going to include sniper cards. And here's some examples: sniper cards, ELR cards, and an abbreviated version of the OBA deck included too. So it'll, have, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 draw piles, and not. See, the original ones were all by size, so, and type. So this was 120 millimeter naval OBA. This was 80 millimeter mortar, battalion mortar OBA, and so it had all the specifics on it for 80 millimeter battalion mortar. So this won't be that. I'm not going to go crazy like that with 262 cards just for OBA again, but I'm hoping to include an abbreviated version of that with these cards. So here's what we'd be getting with these. So there's an example of one of the sniper cards. Every picture is different. So a German Sniper 6 is different picture from a German Sniper 7, and then gives you your basic stuff. And then on the back, it gives you a little bit more in-depth with your sniper rules. Then you have your ELR cards, and so it tells you your ELR. And the purpose of these, of course, is when you're playing a scenario, you place your, if you're the German player, of course you don't do a German and a Japanese, but you place your German sniper card and your German ELR card in front of you, and your opponent does the same, just as a reminder to what it is. And so on the ELR cards, for example, it'll have the substitutions. So it'll go from 448 if you fail your ELR, go to 447, so on. And then on the back, this is only for the Japanese. because only the Japanese are this complicated, but it gives you, if you fail your if you fail your morale, what happens? If you fail your, because it does get a little confusing when you roll a 12 on a second line full squad on their morale check and they fail their ELR at the same time. What do you do? Are you one broken half squad? Are you two, anyway. So, so it tells you exactly what happens depending on if you fail your ELR, if you fail your morale check, what happens? If you fail your morale check and your ELR, what happens? If you fail your morale check, your ELR, and you roll an original 12, what happens? And so it lets you know exactly what to substitute it with. So that's what they're going to look like. These are a little bit smaller. These are just printouts at Staples. These are not the actual cards. And just so I could show you guys. And even though I gave them the exact size, they're going to be 88 millimeter by, what is it, 66? Is that the standard big card? It's the same as this, I think. So they're going to be just a little bit bigger than this. Somehow they shrunk it down to fit or something like that. So they'll be just a little bigger than this. And when you play, you just, here's an example of a Russian one right here. So, yeah, so that's it. So they should be going on pre-order soon, as I finish the last of the artwork. All the sniper stuff is done. Some of the ELR stuff is done. So I'm it's just tedious because there's a lot of cards involved. Anyway, so and that should not be as expensive or as massive as the big OBA deck we did. So I'm not sure exactly what the price will be, but probably $25 or something like that for all the nationalities. And okay, and don't hold me to that. I'm not sure what the production costs and the shipping and the customs costs are yet. So, all right. Next thing is the dice towers. All the orders for the dice towers have gone out. I've made an extra 4, so there's 4 extra ones, 1 in each type of wood. So this right here would be an example of the Alvarez, the Gancola Alvarez. So let me get a couple of dice just to show you what she looks like in action. And so, and there they go. Okay, so everything's padded, of course, and try to keep the noise to a minimum, which helps if you're married and you want to stay that way, and or you're at a tournament with 100 people rolling dice in a glass, just for some sanity. So that is the Gancola. These are for sale for $130, shipping included inside the United States. Here's the walnut with a dark stain on it. So that's what that looks like. And then here is the cherry. So, and they're padded on the back, on the bottom, and of course on the side, on the inside. And I don't have an example of a custom mat that we make for it too, but we did a bunch of them. We did in the last batch, we did Marine Corps. We did, with the Marine Corps logo in the middle of the pad here. In the middle of the pad here is the Marine Corps. Another one wanted an American leader counter with his name on it. Another one I don't remember what the other ones were. One wanted Darth Vader. That was really cool. Anyway, so that one is the cherry. Just take a look at that. So, and then we have the walnut. I thought I already showed you, but okay, yeah, I think I did. Okay, so we're done with the walnut, and then we have over here the African paddock. So that's a very, it's almost like blood orange. Really pretty color. So that's a heavy one too, very heavy wood. So, all right. Oh, got my rate of fire. Once again, this one I haven't blown it out with compressed air yet, so you see a lot of sawdust still in there. But you see how the edges are rounded on the inside and tucked in. So very little chance that they'll fold away again. See that there too. Better angle. Yeah. So anyway, so we have those. I have one of each to sell. So then let's see. Starter kit. Starter kit should be back in stock soon. That's what MMP is promising. And then the rest, I think I can turn this around. You get to see me again. Okay. feed my narcissism a little bit. All right. From LFT, we are expecting from the seller 9. Surprise. So a bunch of new scenarios and a new scenario pack is going to be very affordable. I don't know exactly the price because we got to look at shipping and customs, but hopefully it'll be $30 or less. Anyway, in that neighborhood. So bunch of new scenarios, a couple new articles and stuff like that. So that should be here. I'll be taking pre-orders for that soon, within a couple weeks. The Where the Iron Crosses Grow team tournament is starting on the 28th of March, so less than 2 weeks away, and we're expecting the biggest numbers ever. If this continues, what I'd like to do next year is maybe rent instead of doing it at the house, because we're gonna probably hit over 20 this year. So if that happens, I'd like to rent a hall next year, and I'm thinking, I can't promise this, but I'm thinking, as a thank you to everybody, hey bud, I'm just filming something, okay? So just a thank you to everybody. I was thinking of trying to do it registration free, just taking the proceeds from Ritterkrieg.com and paying for the hall. So you'd still be responsible for your hotels and stuff like that. But no, this is my son Ulrich. Some of you might know him from
couple tournaments.
Yeah, a couple tournaments he attended, and I think he was a guest appearance with NWA at one point, or he'd like us to think that. All right. So next year, if it gets bigger, we'll try to do that. Maybe even try to find a centralized place, because we're awfully close both in time and location to Bitter Ender. So to not infringe on them, and also, to kind of space it out a little bit more. Maybe if we could get a consensus where everybody would like it, and then we'll hopefully do something, just try to grow it a little bit in the future. And that's about it. If you don't know about the tournament, Where the Iron Crosses Grow, look into it, contact me, go back in the website. It's a lot of fun. It's team tournament. Everybody's bracketed, so you're not playing outside of your caliber. So it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. I think I've covered everything. So thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting the website, and I hope to see you out there soon.